Hey folks, okay, we're back and I'm on round number 74. I'm just looking at the progress of the construction that I've got in, and one thing you'll probably notice if you skim read this is that I'm putting up a lot of demetallization places. I really need to be able to pump out a lot of metal, and the really the biggest one that I need to be putting out is the one in, not Clyde, in High Peak, my SHQ. Currently I have got level, I think it's 2. Yeah, I've just finished level 2. I want to immediately put up a level 3. I'm going to do that before we even start. So, where are we? Here we are, sorry, it's under mining, obviously. So, yeah, this is expensive, but it makes you a lot of metal. Now, Cael's actually got level 4 one of these, I believe. I think if I remember right, at Phoenix Command. Where are we? I don't know if he's finished it yet. There we go. He's working on demetallization 5. This is a lot of metal. This is going to provide most of his metal needs, I would say. Yeah, 3,000. Look, it produces 3,000 metal, 1,000 rare. Now I've got a couple of level 2s up, which is 500. And you know, I'm going for this level 3 now, which is going to be giving me 1,000. So yeah, I mean, we're going to do our best to keep pushing this up. And I'm just going to keep I should be able to keep building these for a little while. I have a feeling that war's not coming soon, so I've actually started just to move some of these units out already, guys, because I don't want you to just to see me, you know, moving little brigades up here. I'm just going to line them up around this. But basically, we need at least a brigade on every, you know, like a battalion on every hex on the borders. Really, that's, you know, if we can manage it, that's what we got to do. Now, obviously, cash flow is going to become a problem. We've got negative 2,000 cash flow. This is big. This is really serious. We can just about manage it, and obviously, the more troops we're making, the more money we're going to be spending on troops. If we go into the not trade, sorry, treasury cash flow overview, just make sure that we're actually, yeah, we've got all these cities actually producing stuff. I think the yeah, I mean, look, we're spending 1,000 on our soldiers, but we need our soldiers to be of a high morale. You know, what's the biggest expenditure then? It's going to be workers. It's going to be workers' salaries. Oh, so look at there's disparity in some of these worker salaries. Look, Junicron. It's not good. No, obviously I don't want to be raising them unless I have to. They're kind of happy. I might just raise that a little bit because I don't want them all leaving this city. I've started doing a series of tips videos on this game, and but obviously by the time you see this, you know, you'll have probably seen the first of them. But one of the tips I'm actually gonna show you is how to grow cities, basically, when you put little cities out. Because initially, at least for a while, people, at least in the areas that I was looking at, people were saying just don't build new cities unless you can, you know, no, they just said don't build new cities, which I just, you know, I think taking it as face value is really bad advice. It makes sense in a sense of efficiency on some planets, but it's not a hard and fast rule, and you'll come unstuck if you take that literally. I don't know, the meta might have changed in that respect. I don't really pay much attention to the other people's meta now, actually. Right, we want to get I think we get the 20th down here. Xeno Starlight, yeah, he's the guy with decent, yeah, I remember now, he's got the defensive works. We want this guy down this way, so let's get him. Yeah, he wants to be going down here. We'll get them moving through these through the forest rather than going through these low mountains, because that's going to take them longer. These guys are going to fan out this way, basically. Okay, history. Nothing. VidCom. We're entering a time of confidence. This is good. We're going to get word. We've gained civil society. I think last turn we got. I might be thinking about the different game, actually. Okay, so we've developed Prowler 2. This is my new tank destroyer model, and it's a better model than the last time. We discovered a new tech, mining robotization. We've discovered a wasp hive, which is a nice little infantry attack device. Civilization levels risen. And we got some cards. Now I might play a rebellion, and then like squash it fast, and then we can, you know, I might play it in border fort and then just squash it basically. Like I don't think Cael can. So I've been thinking about this for a while, just to get some experience for some of my troops. It might be a wise move. I'm keeping an eye on all my relationship levels. Another way you can do it is by going into the letterbox and just go to the foreign affairs news, and you can just see, you know, if there's anyone who tried to insult you, because that's when they're starting to play cards and you need to drop your relation levels. Okay, let's get straight into the... Oh no, let me show you the model design first. So here's the Prowler 2. This one is 180mm high velocity gun, 100mm polymer armor plating with triple diesel engine. It is cheaper in metal to produce, obviously, but then we also need we need to use rares as well. Not a whole lot. So this is pretty good. It is a better model. The combat rating is higher, and this might raise a few eyebrows considering we didn't have any field testing. And the design is essentially the same, although this B design, the base level design, is pretty good on this one. We didn't actually get very much increases apart from a little bit in armor, because this was a little bit underperforming in armor. However, we got more hit points by about 350, 360, and then we've got an increase, a drastic increase in hard attack. How has that happened when we've, you know, hard attack and hard defense? Look, you know, what's that? Some a third more, is it? Like something like that. Yeah, it looks like a third more. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, it's about a third increase. So what's gone on there? Well, that is because of the technologies that we've got. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff now that is going to make this a lot more powerful. We've got 108 extra firepower from conventional gun linear tech. We've got armor piercing as well. So they got an anti-tank bonus of 39%. It's huge. Okay, this is why you really want to go as far as you can into the linear techs. And it's a wonderful, this is again a wonderful clever game design from Vic, where you get diminishing returns from pushing up into the linear techs after a while. You know, look, we're at 70 in lightweight alloys now. It's going to be a lot of effort to go any higher into lightweight alloys. And by the way, while I've got that on, while I'm looking at that, we will change it. Let's just go to the organizations and you'll see exactly what I mean. So if we go to the applied science, I think we're working on oh no, we're working on armor piercing optimization. So I wonder how much we made last turn. We gained 0. Okay, so this one's stuck, right? So we've gone so far into armor piercing optimization now that it's going to take a long time to get any further out. You need to deal with this pretty quick. So just make sure that we've have we discovered everything in applied science yet? It's looking good, isn't it? It's looking good. So what we want to do is we now need to switch her over to really high on the research priority, and just to pay tribute to my friend Trifler, who said he likes to do it like this. This is a very smart idea. Until you are ready to start finding new stuff. So yeah, now I'm also going to call her, and I'm just going to get her to move from armor piercing optimization. Let's just go through the decisions first before we've done this one, haven't we? Oh, this is model design. My bad. Okay, let's just have a look at models. Yeah, we'll go through the decisions, then I will go back to the linear tech. Actually, no, considering I tend to forget stuff, I'm going to do it now, because otherwise I'm going to be crazy. I just want to have a look just to make sure. I think the best way to look to what we want really is to go into linear. Sorry, is to go into the tech tree here so we can actually see. So, really, I want Walker hydraulics. Once I got Walker hydraulics, it'll open up Walker optimization, and we're going to have to switch the model design. Sorry, the linear tech straight over again, so that we're putting as much. And we try to discover this quickly, and then we're going to bang out some Walkers. My other friend, who I don't know if he'll be watching this, but Triffin, hello if you're watching. Triffin, he said to me, he feels that Walkers seem to get destroyed very easily, and they underperform in his eyes. This is new to me. However, I can fully believe it. Shadow Empire is a complex game, and it kind of depends on how he's using them, I think. But I've used walkers a fair bit, but I don't remember them being particularly bad. I think if you just rely on them completely, they're not, you know, they're not the cure-all to everything. I think where they're useful, for example, let's say you've got terrain like this in ruins. Walkers love this stuff. Now they guns, look, for at least for defense modifiers, tanks get minus 25% defense modifier, so they get less hit points essentially. Walkers won't get that when they're defending in this kind of terrain. It's the same with forests, jungle, in mountains, everything. Basically, these guys are masters of terrain. Look, high mountains, grassy. Walkers, they don't get any. They don't get any attack penalties, whether it's attacking or defensive. So they're exceptionally strong. They're you know, they're good at defending in these kind of terrain. Now, what's the other thing that's good at defending in this kind of terrain? Infantry. Infantry are, if you've got a really strong RPG troop, or you've got something like an anti-tank gun, and you can get it into those mountains, you don't get any defense modifier for a gun. So if you stick an AT gun in there, or you've got like a customized infantry model with an AT gun or an RPG, or even just really, really powerful machine guns, they're better value than walkers, I'd say. They're much cheaper. They're much easier to, you know, to build. So I think walkers have got a job, and that job is tank killing, infantry killing and tank killing in certain terrain. Because remember, until you get jetpacks, infantry aren't that good at attacking unless you're using motorbikes, and motorbikes don't do well in this kind of, you know, they're considered to be motorized, right? So they don't do so well attacking and stuff like this. So yeah, there's a job for all of it, and I need to question Triffin a little bit more actually on exactly what he meant when he said that he thought they were a little bit underpowered. He felt that they didn't perform very well. I need to figure out how he was using them, and that's no disrespect to Triffin. He's a smart guy. I'm sure he was, you know, he knows what they're supposed to be for. But it might be that he's picked up something that I've missed, and I'm interested to see that. Okay, let's go back to the linear text. I think this is an interesting one because conventional small arms optimization is going to be useful. Conventional gun optimization is going to be useful. Thing is, we probably are going to be moving to lasers. I like to mix up the lasers with other stuff though. It's rare that I've got the energy assets to really make use of lasers, so I'm going to try and fix that in this game and make sure that I've got plenty of energy coming out. Now, if you remember right, or if you remember, as I do, I did start to put up a whole bunch of solar panels. Look, so where are we? Mining energy, there we are. You'll see that we have actually got solar panels going up and already up in a variety of, look, we got a whole bunch of them this turn, which is good news. Now we do need to, look, border fort, for example. VMAR, border fort, Riggins, Hogmark. We want to get energy up in these places as well. Energy isn't, it doesn't require industrial points to move, so you can technically have all your energy in one place, but that's, you're mad to do that in a war. I mean, all it would take is Cael to send some bombers over, or, you know, a few ICBMs, and I'm not bunkerized enough, and then boom, game over, right? This is the mistake that he's making, in my opinion. He's put everything into this one city, as far as I can see. Everything into this one city. Now, that it might turn out that this is, you know, the air quotes optimum strategy, and you know, he's being smart here. Okay, he's not put everything in. He's got another one here, like the neighbor. This one is starting to, he's putting some demetallization in here. Oh wow, he's got demetallization 4 in there too. Okay, this guy's got he's got really high metal output, I think. I think this is going to be an amazing war when it happens. And anyway, without further ado, let's kind of push towards that. So what do we want then? I think aircraft are going to be really important in this game. I really do. Lightweight alloys have gone quite far into. Aerodynamic design we're going quite far into. I think aircraft design is going to be another one we want to go into. And this is all going to be the Air Force Council. Yeah, we're going into turbojet engine at the moment. I want to get that out. Once I've got that out, I can start designing the aircraft, right? Now, applied sciences. Let's just go to research. Okay, now let's just put it into, you know, into decisions, so we can actually come out of this now if we want to. But here's all the stuff that they can go for. Yeah, these guys don't get the option to do the aircraft stuff, which is a shame because I would have quite liked to have gone into aircraft design here. We have got some we've got some options though. Armor piercing we're done with now. I don't want to go any further than that. Conventional small arms, that would be useful. There's going to be a lot of infantry warfare. It would be, I think, before we get out our next model. And if we just go to the model design. Yeah, but it's going to be charge Gauss or laser rifle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a laser rifle first, maybe, because it's going to be given the biggest sort of boost, and I can start pushing some of those over, and then Cael can see it. The alternative is, I mean, he can see what I've got anyway if he takes the time to look in the provided he's got enough security on me. He was telling me he was having trouble getting security in initially, but he's probably got quite a lot in now. But yeah, so infantry, the reason why I'm looking here is because we have got an opportunity to do conventional gun optimization for a little while, and then we can get a charge Gauss rifle thing up, or we can go for a new model, something like that. Machine guns, yeah, again, we were just using Gauss machine gun. So these are going to be two good things for us to do, but I think that I need to think about this. Vehicle armor optimization is pretty good, but we've gone quite far in that. Fuel efficiency is really good, and we've gone quite far in that. We don't have missiles yet, so launcher optimization. That said, I mean, I will want to use those. I do like missile launchers in this game, by the way. Missile launchers and rocket launchers are pretty good. I've not fully explored the usage of them yet. They're just good. They're good for just artillery bombarding from miles away. I mean, you know, I could have rocket launchers here and bombard him, you know, across this hex, and I could have missile launchers like sat here and bombard him here with the full optimization. I think they'll do like 5 hexes or something. So they are very, very useful, especially if you've got like a bunkerized place and you can sit them in there. So yeah, interesting choice. Energy storage optimization could be useful. Cross fertilization could be very, very useful. I mean, we're going backwards in food. That might be a good one for us to go for. We've also got personal armor optimization. That's really critical. Let's go for that one. Let's get our troops armor up. Okay. Model design task priorities. Let's just see if we've got any. No, we've got nothing to come yet until we've got some more text out. So I'm going to put that one back onto 99. You got to remember to change this though, otherwise you might be stuck around not getting a model. Yes, that's one thing that I think is the reason why I leave it on 10 is because if you forget about it, you're getting 10 times more research than you are with 1. But sometimes when you want to squeeze out everything and you're sure that you're not going to forget anything, well, go Trifler's method. It's probably useful. Okay. Incident with democratic activists. What a grave incident. Yeah, it looks like a grave incident when I'm losing 8 democracy for it. Who's this guy? Commander of the 1st Machine Gun Infantry Brigade. I was just about to put a rebellion up here. Yes, sir. Lost 18 points. Yeah, he's going to not perform so well. Protest at Hockmark. Let's just give him some demands. Major worker strike in Weimar. Which one is Weimar again? I've got so many games with places with the same names now. Like, I'm sure I've got 3 games going on with 3 places called Weimar. I kind of, if I was going to make a mod for this game, and I don't like modding games when they're good, but if I was going to make one mod for this game, I'd just put more names in, because I just don't think they're enough to cycle around too much. Here we are. Here's Weimar. Okay, this one. So, what do we got here? Not a lot. I'll just give in to their demands. Whatever. Carenfort Pax caught one of our spies. Okay, we can automatically smooth things over here, and it's going to give us heart. Yeah, it's a shame we lost logical thought there. I kind of don't want to lose that. That was a bit of a loss. We need to get into, how far? We need 60 in order to get that. Gaining heart here is not going to hurt. Okay. Phoenix Legion. Get the name of these regime, these guys again. Yeah, I remember I made the comment inside that they seem to, none of these are really that bad. I don't think it really matters at this point. I think no matter what I do to him, it's not going to hurt him too badly. Look, he's somehow managed to keep these very high. Interested to know how he's done that. Maybe he's playing cards as well. I'm like less bothered about that. Although look, I'm very high in democracy. I wonder how far we're getting into. Yeah, due procedure is pretty good. Quality of life bonus is pretty nice. We've got civil society as well. 80% political bonus. Pretty impressive. That's actually really, really powerful for this point of the game, because those political points that we're going to be, extra points we're going to be getting, we're going to be able to use. So that was a bit of an unexpected bonus. I can't remember even what it was I said that I was going to do with this yesterday. I don't think it matters. I don't think it really matters. Meritocracy is definitely harder to keep up. I do think this is probably autocracy and enforcement. Push him that way though. Formist League. I'll probably keep doing a different one every time, and careful viewers will, or viewers who are just watching it in a sequence will be going, why did you do that? Because you did the other one last time. I'm like, it doesn't really matter, I don't really care. Okay, so now we've got the model design. Now we've got polymer armor up. We can go through and kind of modernize all our tanks. There's loads of stuff we can do. We could put a heavy tank up. I don't really use those that much. I probably will do eventually. I want to use heavy tanks. I think in Shadow Empire, more than Earth, they might be more useful. More thoughts on that later. We've got a Crusader light tank. I like light tanks as well. I think light tanks are pretty useful, especially if they got decent armor. I mean, the Crusader 2... Yeah, this is a really good tank. So, let's make a Crusader 3, right? And we can give it the best howitzer. 60mm howitzer. How good is 60mm howitzer actually going to be getting through heavy combat armor? I forget now. I need to look at the manual. In fact, just bear with me, folks. I'm going to do that. Shadow Empire manual up. Just bear with me, folks. So I'm just going to just check the modifiers here. Here, I'll bring it over so you guys can see it too. So I think it's in models, isn't it? If I remember right. 318. Okay. Okay, so here's your caliber modifiers. So we're looking at 60. Combat armor cast is 4. Yeah, advanced combat armor cast is 60. Counts as 60mm. So light tanks really aren't going to be that good at this point of the game. They don't have that advantage in armor. In armor penetration that they do at the early point of the game. Because remember, you're shooting against padded armor and combat armor. You're getting a bit of a bonus. But they're still going to be useful because they've got. You can put really heavy armor on them, right? So if these guys are using, let's have a look. What they're going to be using. Where is the laser rifle? Small arms, laser. There we are. 30mm. Okay. Yeah, they're still going to be useful, and they're still going to be useful because until he gets like plasma, even with plasma, he's still going to be getting a caliber penetration modifier. The caliber penetration modifier, which will mean that again firing with 50mm penetration against 60mm, well, against whatever it is that I'm going to have, which is going to be pretty high, because my tank's going to have a decent armor type. So, yeah. Although plasma do quite well against Mel. Oh no, they don't. Plasmas aren't good against metal. They're good against liquid and shield. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I've never used plasma stuff in this game. I've never got that far. Anyway. Yes, so this is still useful, especially if we put a decent armor on it. 100 mil polymer plating. 50 mil. It's got to be 100 mil for it to be worth it, hasn't it? So these are going to be a little bit underpowered with regards to how fast they move, but they might make a nice little sweeper unit. Anyway, it gets it out the way of as a decision. There are going to be some people who are like, "Why are you building light tanks at this stage of the game?" Because I like them, and I think they can be quite useful. And I think buggies particularly will be probably outclassed by at this point of the game. Okay. There's not really much more to do, folks, so I'm going to think about wrapping up this episode. Now, we do have some political points to spend, and I've got some stuff I can build as well. I think we need to have a look at High Peak. Yeah, we're getting Bunker 2 up, so I can't put Bunker 3 up. That's what I was going to put up there. I might increase the size of this airbase. No, I can't do that yet either. All right. Yeah, getting an airbase 4 up here would be good. Getting another airbase up here in High Peak would be good. What airbase size have we got in High Peak? We don't have one at all, look. Oh, we do. We got an airbase 1. Getting an airbase 2 is going to be pretty easy. The other thing we got to do, by the way, is get more food up. Now, I started building all these up last turn. These are costing me a fortune in workers. So I'm probably going to wait until... Yeah, I'll wait till next turn, then I'm just going to upgrade them. And hopefully that's going to take off some of the pressure with this food we've got. By the way, I was going to do this off camera, but I waited so you guys could see it. I'm actually going to buy a whole load of food. I'm going to put about 5,000 credits in. Which is a lot, because we're going backwards at the moment. But I need a food. I want a food supply. I don't want to start... I don't want people to start starving. That's really annoying. And in return, we're just going to sell off a few rare metals, I think. I don't want to sell off too many rares, but I think that's going to be a fair trade. I'm getting about 3,000 per turn. And bearing in mind we are switching over stuff to polymer armor now, so I've got to be a little bit careful with rares. But I am putting up more soil demetallization. We are going to get more of these, so don't panic. We also probably need to trade up and buy some high-tech parts. Ow, they're so expensive. Yeah, we need to be making those, not buying them. That hurts. So, yeah. The other thing we can do is just kind of have a quick look. I think I'm going to put a rebellion in Border Fort. I think you can do it in a zone, or is it a nation? No, it might be a nation card actually. Yeah, an unexpected rebellion will start in a random zone. This is I might wait until I've got some more troops kind of in other areas, but this is kind of a fun card to play. You do get a lot of 6 point. You do get a lot of fate points for it. It's pretty good in that respect. But yeah, no, I do want to keep some of these cards because this one again, Sage, not that useful. We've got some leader cards that can be pretty good. Oh yeah, we got Protocol Android. All right, this is a really good card. There's another one as well. There's the holographic Freud, which I think is a really cool card as well. Cortical Stimulator. Gives selected leaders a 50% leader a 50% bonus on all experience earned. Then we've got this one that gives them a 20% higher intelligence stat. Let's have a look at our directors. We'll do this in the leader bit. So let's go to directors. These are the guys who are going to want the intelligence. Now, here's an open question to you. What's going to win this game? Military research or economic research? Or applied science? What do you reckon? I'm going to play it on her. Already has a simulation art. Oh, has she? Oh, she's got one. God, it's such a long time ago I played it. It's funny. You know what, right? Often when I'm watching back or I'm listening back to the BATTLEMODE podcast, I'll be listening, and I might not have listened to it for ages. I'll be listening to somebody make a comment, and then in my mind will come up the answer, like a, you know, and it wouldn't be the, I don't necessarily mean the thing that I said in response as a memory. It's more that I would think, oh, I need to talk about this, and then recorded Ben will actually go and say that, because the same things triggered the same memory patterns. And like it's interesting, because, you know, it's interesting to think that like months ago or however long ago it was that I must have put Siska McGregor's artifacts on, I must have had the same thought process. You know, oh, I probably should put it in the Applied Science Council, because I think that's going to be important. Oh dear. Right, let's get it into, like, we'll put it on the Economic Council. I think Jubilee Reddenfield could do with that. So that's going to help her in a big way. And then we've got the this is the intelligence stat. Okay, so that one was the experience. Okay, let's get the protocol android on Siska McGregor then. I think you can probably have this. There we go. All right, so that's going to raise her intelligence. Let's get the two mixed up. We've also got tactical genius, but I'm going to wait. I'll play that once we had started war, because I need to figure out where it is that who's going to be needing it. All right. Now, aside from yeah, there's some of the stuff that I can do that's basically going to be kind of boring for you guys to watch. The episode's already been half an hour, so just to let you know, I'm just going to go through some of my cities, and I'm just going to put a few more buildings up, just so while I've got the metal and the industrial points to kind of support it. I've got a lot of industrial points at the moment. I should also probably build up another brigade while I've got the option. Yeah, I think I should. Let's get a machine gun infantry brigade up. But where? We want to get it as close to where it needs to go as possible. But one going right, these guys are going down here. These guys are going to be going down here. So we need one here. So let's get see if we've got the, yeah, we can put it down here. Look, I think probably we've not got a bottleneck. Yeah. By the way, another thing I've got to do is start working on, really carefully working on my next project, which is more logistics. And we'll talk about that more in the next episode if I remember. Okay, so we've got the 21st Machine Gun Infantry Brigade here. These guys are going to go down here like that. So the 19th will probably go down here, and then we've got the 20th. It's going to go along here. So it's we're going to try and get all of our borderline with, or all of our border with Cael kind of covered. Now I might have been breaking our agreement here. Yeah, maybe I am. I think we were supposed to have a zone 3 on each side. I think we were. He's not said anything, and he's put one of his own up here as well. So, and he's put one here too. I can't really. I feel like complaining about that is going to be a real petty thing to do, so I'm not going to do it. I think he's perfectly willing in his rights to do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just see what's this territory like. It's all low mountains. Yeah, no, I can't put anything on there, like, by our agreement, pretty much. Okay. I should move this HQ, by the way. I don't like the idea of 2 HQs being taken out in one bombardment. So let's move the 6th out. They should be within plenty of range. Now, of course, having your HQs out here mean they can be bombarded too. That is going to be a strategy decision, a tactical decision to be making a little bit closer to the time when the war comes up. Where I'm going to put these guys. Do I put them into border fort with bunkerization? I'll leave that in your heads. Okay, guys, I will catch you next time. Thanks. Hey, folks, here's a quick addendum to round number 74. I've actually built another. I'm actually going to build some more units, I think. I'm just looking at things, and I think I need to be a little bit more careful about quickly expanding, because expanding my border defense, I should say, because I'm being a bit tardy. I'm actually going to raise. I'm going to raise up another. I've done it already. I'm going to raise up another brigade here. Look. So this is the 22nd Machine Gun Infantry Brigade, and I think I'm going to get some more stuff here too. because I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking, oh, this is kind of slow. I don't like how slow that I'm moving. I need to put more into the staff council as well. This is not enough brigade types. I really need to work on this. I think what I'm going to do is, I kind of not really got. Oh, that's got a spelling mistake in it. Modern mechanized infantry brigade. Oh yeah, there we got tank destroyers in it. Look. Oh, I forgot about that. That's pretty cool. Get one of those up. Okay, third modern. I wonder if I can change that. Modern mechanized infantry brigade 3. So, yeah, this has got like light tanks and it's got tank destroyers as well. This thing is designed to be really strong in both attack and defense. Basically, the Crusaders are going to be decent in attacking other infantry. As are the Rust Wagon 2s. These got triple assault laser rifles. This thing's going to be pretty strong. It's expensive though. That costs me a lot of stuff. But these things, if I get a couple of these up, these are kind of scary. You don't need many of these. You just need a couple of them, and they can just threaten like encirclements and punching through like, you know, infantry formations. These things will kill. They'll kill walkers as well. Although walkers kind of decent in defense against tank destroyers and stuff. But yeah, still they got a fair chance of breaking through. So I've decided to get one of those up as well. Alright folks, yeah, I'll just leave that. I just wanted to show you that I'd built a few more bits and pieces. I think I'm going to leave the rest of it now. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Take care.